Are you prepared to enter a world where humanity's survival hangs in the balance, and the lines between good and evil blur? Today, we'll discuss the film Priest, 2011. As we follow a warrior priest who breaks his sacred vows to save his niece from a terrifying vampire hive, we can't help but ponder the questions this film raises. What does it truly mean to be a hero, and what sacrifices must one make to fulfill his duty? The film opens with a gripping animated sequence, recounting the dark history of the brutal war between humans and vampires. As the centuries-old conflict rages on, humanity is pushed to the brink of extinction, forced to retreat behind the fortified walls of massive cities. The church emerges as the ultimate authority, wielding control over the remnants of civilization with an iron fist. Following the animated sequence, we see a group of priests infiltrating the Solamira hive in a daring attempt to eliminate the vampire threat. As they delve deeper into the hive, they find themselves ambushed by a horde of vampires. In the chaos that ensues, one of the priests is seized from behind. The group's leader desperately tries to pull him to safety, but ultimately he is forced to let go, watching helplessly as his comrade is dragged, screaming, back into the hive. Years later, the war against the vampires is declared over, and the priests are disbanded, their unique abilities now considered a threat to the church's authority. Priest, tormented by his past, lives a life of solitude within the city walls, struggling to find purpose in a world that has left him behind. The scene shifts to the lavish quarters of the church's leaders, who discuss a recent vampire attack in the outskirts. They dismiss the incident as an isolated occurrence, believing that the vampire threat has been subdued. Priest, however, is unconvinced, sensing that something far more sinister is brewing. The film then transports us to a remote outpost where a family, including Priest's brother, his wife, and their daughter Lucy, reside. As they go about their daily lives, a sudden and brutal vampire attack shatters the peacefulness of their home. The vampires, led by a mysterious figure in a black hat, abduct Lucy and slaughter the rest of the family. Upon receiving news of the attack, Priest meets with the church's leaders, pleading for their permission to hunt down the vampires responsible and save Lucy. The leaders refuse, fearing that any acknowledgement of a vampire resurgence would undermine their authority. Faced with an impossible choice between loyalty to the church and his love for his family, Priest defies their orders and embarks on a perilous quest to rescue Lucy. Priest's determination to save Lucy leads him to form an uneasy alliance with a local lawman named Sheriff Hick, who is also on a personal mission to rescue the young woman. Together, they set out on a treacherous journey into the heart of darkness, aware that they will need more than just their skills and determination to overcome the challenges that lie ahead. As the trio ventures deeper into the unforgiving wastelands, they find themselves beset by danger at every turn. Encounters with vicious vampires and their familiar servants test their mettle, while the ever-present threat of discovery by the church's agents keeps them on a knife's edge. Their investigation leads them to the ruins of a once thriving town, now eerily silent and inhabited by the undead. The trio carefully searches the area for clues to Lucy's whereabouts and discovers unsettling evidence that points to a sinister conspiracy reaching far beyond anything they could have imagined. As they continue their search, they stumble upon a desolate outpost where a group of survivors has managed to hold on to their humanity in the face of the vampire menace. Initially suspicious of the trio, the outpost's inhabitants eventually agree to aid them in their quest to save Lucy, providing them with valuable information about the vampire forces and their movements. With renewed hope and determination, Priest, Hick, and Priestess follow the trail of the kidnappers, which leads them to an imposing structure resembling an old train station. Upon further investigation, they realize that the building is the entrance to an underground facility, a hive teeming with vampires. It becomes clear that the mysterious figure behind Lucy's abduction has orchestrated the creation of this new breed of vampires, using Lucy as a pawn in a larger, more nefarious plan. Throughout their journey, the bond between the trio grows stronger, forged in the fires of adversity and their shared commitment to saving Lucy. They soon find themselves engaged in heart-stopping battles with the vampire hordes, relying on their teamwork and unique abilities to survive the onslaught. One particularly harrowing encounter occurs when the trio is ambushed by a pack of ferocious vampires. Priestess is temporarily separated from her companions, and in a desperate bid to save her, Priest and Hick must rely on their wits and combat skills to defeat the monstrous creatures. The experience further cements their bond and strengthens their resolve to rescue Lucy and put an end to the vampire threat. As they draw closer to the heart of the vampire hive, they begin to uncover more about the mysterious figure behind Lucy's kidnapping, known as Black Hat. A former comrade of Priest, Black Hat was believed to have been killed in the line of duty. However, it is revealed that he has been transformed into a powerful and malevolent force, now leading the vampires in their quest for domination. With the discovery of Black Hat's true identity and the knowledge that he has been orchestrating the rise of a new breed of vampires, the trio finds themselves in a race against time to save Lucy and stop the impending vampire apocalypse. Their search for Lucy eventually leads them to an enormous, heavily fortified train, which they deduce is being used by Black Hat as a mobile command center and breeding ground for his vampire army. Determined to confront Black Hat and rescue Lucy, the trio manages to board the train as it speeds through the desolate wasteland. Once aboard, they are confronted by an array of deadly traps and swarms of vicious vampires. Relying on their combat skills and unique abilities, they battle their way through the train's labyrinthine corridors, inching closer to their final confrontation with Black Hat. During their journey through the train, they come across a horrifying revelation. Black Hat's plan involves using the kidnapped humans, including Lucy, as food for his growing vampire army. This sinister revelation only serves to strengthen the trio's resolve to put an end to Black Hat's evil scheme and save Lucy before it's too late. They face increasingly dangerous challenges, including a thrilling battle against a massive vampire creature that has been created through genetic experimentation. The three heroes barely manage to defeat the creature, but their victory comes at a great cost. Priestess is gravely injured, forcing Priest and Hick to continue their mission without her. With Priestess left behind to recover from her wounds, Priest and Hick press on, finally coming face to face with Black Hat in the train's command center. A tense standoff ensues, with Black Hat revealing the extent of his plans for world domination and his desire for revenge against the church and the priests who had forsaken him. Priest, realizing that his former comrade is beyond redemption, decides that the only way to stop him is to destroy the train and put an end to the vampire threat once and for all. As the train speeds towards its final destination, Priest and Hick engage Black Hat and his vampire minions in an epic battle. Amid the chaos, Priest manages to free Lucy and the other kidnapped humans, who make a desperate escape from the train as it begins to break apart. Meanwhile, Priest continues his fight against Black Hat, determined to stop his former ally and bring an end to his reign of terror. With Black Hat defeated and the vampire army destroyed, Priest, Hick, and Lucy return to the city, where they are hailed as heroes for their actions. The church, faced with the undeniable evidence of their deception and the truth about the vampire threat, is forced to reevaluate its stance and begin the process of rebuilding trust with the people it had betrayed. Priest, having completed his mission and saved Lucy, faces a new beginning. No longer bound by his duty to the church, he finds solace in the knowledge that he has made a difference and prevented the vampire menace from spreading. With the bonds forged between the trio during their harrowing journey, they have emerged stronger and more united than ever before, ready to face the challenges of a world forever changed by their actions. As the sun sets on this chapter of their lives, Priest, Hick, and Lucy look towards the future with hope and determination, knowing that they have the strength and courage to overcome whatever obstacles may come their way. Together, they stand as a symbol of resilience and unity in the face of adversity, a testament to the indomitable human spirit and the power of love, loyalty, and sacrifice. Priest, 2011, is a visually striking and action-packed film that seamlessly melds the science fiction, horror, and Western genres to create a unique cinematic experience. The film's unique fusion of genres and compelling performances make it an enjoyable watch for those seeking an action-packed and visually captivating film that dares to challenge conventions. What do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe for more. Until next time, take care.